Welcome to Timeball Games. I'm ELD, here to ask you for help in growing the channel. When we reach 2,500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a custom leather playmat to one lucky subscriber. So be sure to like and subscribe. Welcome to Fast Effect Double Speed Magic the Gathering. We're leading out here with Matt on Dragon Stompy and a turn 1 Karn enabled by Elvish Spirit Guide and Simian Spirit Guide. This is actually going to be a Gruul Dragon Stompy. We'll see what the threats are. He's got access to both green and red for Once Upon a Time. And now Blood Moon. So we have a turn 1 Karn, turn 2 Magus of the Moon. Matt able to fetch a basic island, and an ensnaring bridge is found, which may make it difficult for Eureka to attack with creatures. But you know, the thing about Eureka is it really doesn't need to do any attacking. Very often this deck is just going to win off of Omniscience, and we'll see if Matt can actually create enough disruption to prevent that line from eventually just taking him out. Eureka, actually one of my favorite variants, probably my favorite variant, I guess is pretty fair to say, of the show and tell decks. We've got a liquid metal coating, and now that's going to do it. So Matt, with that liquid metal coating, able to start destroying Eureka mana base in another Matt-based matchup. Very Matt-heavy meta. And we are going into game number 2. Eureka will have the play. Always the danger of a turn 1 kill. Something as simple as Lotus Petal and a Soul Land can power out a show and tell into a actual kill. Not just getting a creature into play, but Omniscience into either Emrakul and Gristlebrand to take an extra turn, or a Cunning Wish kill. There's a couple of different ways they can do that. Of course, they can shared summons to go get both Gristlebrand and Emrakul, or grab the Firemind's Foresight to set up a release the ants to do more damage if necessary than just the 22 that Gristlebrand and Emrakul can team up to do together. Once Upon a Time leading out here for Matt. Slight decision as to whether or not to do that before or after drawing your card. And a Chalice at 1. I guess I would tend to err on drawing a card first. A pair of fetch lands means Eureka will have access to double blue pretty easily. Again, we've got a Karn. This one gets Force of Willed. Brainstorm, even in the worst of times, still pitches to Force of Will. And now 3 fetch lands being sacrificed. Basic forest, basic islands, and we are likely going to see some fireworks right now in the form of show and tell. That is exactly what happens. Both players put in a card. We've got that looks to be a Seasoned Pyromancer versus a Gristlebrand. Gristlebrand is going to enable Matt to draw a bunch of potential counter spells and likely another show and tell to be able to win the game later. And does he have an Omniscience in hand? Very interesting. Looks like he actually has an Omniscience, which I would have thought would be the go-to card. I may have seen that incorrectly. He's drawn a bunch of cards. There's a Eureka, which is a little bit more, I mean, at this point, it's probably just more fun. Anything that Matt is going to be able to put in as a Dragon Stompy player, probably not going to matter. And there's the Eureka. They can take turns putting in cards, lands entering the battlefield, Magus of the Moon, Simian Spirit Guide, another Omniscience. And now Impulse. All of these cards now free thanks to Omniscience. going to go ahead and draw down to just 2. He finds the Cunning Wish, and that will go get the Emrakul for the win there. So Eureka able to just build up its mana base full of fetch lands. No Blood Moon on board at that time. Fetch out some basics, and then show and tell out a Griselbrand, and then eventually show and tell in Omniscience for the kill. Though from that situation, it did look like a 7/7 lifelinker probably would have been able to get there on its own, just turning sideways. Dragon Stompy not going to be happy when the opponent gets really anything going. You're very often going to win games with Dragon Stompy when you're able to get things down like Chalice and Blood Moon and really hinder your opponent from playing any spells. Any type of leeway at all gives your opponent the ability to outmaneuver those cards, as powerful as they are. Blood Moon probably more so than Chalice. Chalice, I would think, probably leads to more. It has less ways around it, whereas there are so many games where Blood Moon actually won't matter, which is super frustrating, I think, for Stompy players. We've got a Chalice at 1, and now Karn being cast, and Matt using that Lotus Petal to cast Echoing Truth, bouncing the Chalice at 1, needing to make that play, as that Lotus Petal would have become a brick once Karn comes down. Now he's going to Brainstorm. This Karn, a super dangerous threat, source of card advantage, and a prison piece. And what we're going to be able to see here from Matt, he's got 4 mana on board. He can potentially go get Mycosynth Lattice if he has 2 more mana. And if he doesn't, he'll be able to grab the Liquimetal Coating, and that will turn one of Eureka lands into an artifact, being unusable for that turn. He may be able to Brainstorm in response, but for the most part, you're just going to brick a land, and then every turn after that, you're going to start turning a land into an artifact, and then also plussing Karn, making it a 0/0 creature, effectively eroding Eureka mana base turn after turn. And that's what we get here, is a Liquimetal Coating. That gets Force of Will, pitching Force. This may mean that Eureka ready to go off, ditching both of those Force of Wills. Show and tell in Omniscience, Cunning Wish. There's an Ensnaring Bridge. I'm wondering how this is going to go. So there's a Brainstorm, a Cunning Wish, and a Return to Nature. He's going to grab Eladmari's Call. That card, by the way, has actually been upgraded in most builds to be shared summons, grabbing both Emrakul and Griselbrand. And here we go. Going to be able to blow up this Ensnaring Bridge, cast a Emrakul, take an extra turn, and just ride that Eldrazi to victory. So a very solid matchup with Eureka showing some real resiliency in the face of disruption from Dragon Stompy. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.